Hi guys, welcome back from the weekend. We don't have a whole lot to do today, but I do remember one thing that we're doing in today's class that you guys have done previously. Some people did tell me it took them a while, so I'm going to kind of allow that to be the main bulk of today's work. So last class you read a story, or rather kind of watched and read along with a YouTube video called Old Glory. That short story, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's kind of quirky just because it's futuristic and it's in a society where people don't have freedom of speech, and the old grandpa could very well be, someone from our current society seeing the changes that had happened and wanting them to go away. So it's kind of weird because we can almost see ourselves in that kind of grandpa's place. And then just the idea of what the kid had to do or felt he had to do was just extremely dark. So I'm not sure how you guys thought about it or how you felt about the story, but feel free to email me and let me know because I'd love to hear some of your thoughts. I did enjoy reading through your short answers on Edpuzzle, so thanks for that. Um, Tolerating me for your comprehension checks, basically. Okay, so today we're going to kind of reflect on that story and kind of bring us back to the main point of this unit, which is um, using the various things that we've done all year and those skills to better understand those essential questions. So we're going to kind of bring those back. And then we're going to do some vocab preparation for the next short story. So I'm going to walk you through that. All of those things that I just said are in one assignment, and that's going to be due Thursday if you're a purple, or not, Thursday if you're a Silver Day class, and Friday if you're a Purple Day class. So you've got some time to do that because remember, Wednesday is a student support day. I did also want to emphasize that I'm no longer requiring you adding to the reading log, just as we are going to be doing a lot more reading in class, and it's going to be a little bit more extensive. We've got another short story we're going to do. We're going to look at nonfiction. We're going to look at some poetry. So I didn't want that workload to be too heavy as far as reading. So no more reading log for the rest of the year. So it says here on our to-do list that we are completing the dystopian short stories assignment. This includes reviewing Old Glory and playing the gravity game on Quizlet with vocab for our next short story. I'm hoping, so I've got this what are we doing today page tab because I want the picture to pop up. Guys, if I'm being honest here, all I want is for my Schoology page to look as aesthetically pleasing as Mrs. Todd's. So that's what I'm doing here. And so bear with me as I play around with it to make my page look prettier. She's just so good at tech, guys. She's so good. Okay. So let's look at the actual assignment. Hopefully I'll get this video like neatly linked into that page. We'll see what happens. Okay. So again, here at the beginning, I just wanted to bring it back to what's the point of this? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? And so we are utilizing various skills that we've learned this year in relation to dystopias and to help us understand these essential questions. How does language or our use of it influence the world? How do the universal truths discovered by characters influence or connect to me? And by universal truths, we're really just saying things that are true about the world that we figure out as life goes on. Do individuals or external forces have more power to impact change? And I kind of rephrase that down below, you'll see, but I'm basically saying, do our individual actions, as in what we say and what we do, have more influence over our lives and impacting change? Or do external forces, as in the things that are out of our control and sort of just happen to us, have more power? Okay. We are reading two fictional short stories, so today's work reflecting on Old Glory and vocab prep for our next story. And here you see the title of that story. It is called Harrison Bergeron. It's an awesome short story. We'll get to it. Gotta keep it short, but I'm excited. Okay, so your work today, I want you to summarize the story that we read. I did go ahead and link a PDF to the story if you need to reread it or refresh your memory on names and general events. That's fine. So answer there. I'm looking for 1 to 3 sentences. How does this story fit the dystopian genre? So if you do need to go back to last week's work over what is a dystopia, feel free to do that. And then we're going to get into kind of some short answer slash essay type questions here. So I'm really looking for 3 to 5 sentences. If you go over that, that's fine. But I want you to kind of picture yourself as if you're journaling and reflecting on these questions. And I want you to really, kind of ponder them. What potential threat? Oh, by the way, these 3 questions are basically the essential questions for the unit, but in connection to the story you've read. So I've just kind of rephrased them so that they fit the story that you read. What potential threat did Grandpa's speech have on the world in this story? So I know obviously the world is the same, but the world in that story definitely looks different than the world we have today. And in your opinion, was that threat a good thing or a bad thing? By the way, I'm talking specifically about his speech, his words, what was he saying, not necessarily like physical threat, as some of you might think about the fire being a threat. No, I'm talking about his words and what he was saying. How could the ideas of freedom of speech and sacrifice for freedom connect to you? So those 2 ideas were kind of some universal truths that I thought were kind of talked about during the story. So how do they connect to you in your life and your world? Or how do they matter to you? What had more influence on the story? External forces, things that happen out of a person's control, or individual influence, a person's words and actions. And obviously you've got 2 main characters to think about as the kid and the grandpa's words and actions were key in the story's plot. And part 2 is vocab prep for Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut Jr. And I did give you a little Mrs. Jordan tangent, as I called it. This is a really famous author, and I read a lot of his work in my English college classes, and I love him. So he's one of my favorites. And the reason why I like him so much is he's really snarky and really sarcastic. And so I just find his work hilarious, but you have to know that he's being sarcastic a lot. The piece that I'm having you read is not a college level read, so don't freak out. But the piece does have some challenging vocab. So I put together some vocab that I want you to know in a Quizlet. I want you to play gravity with term, not definition, select medium difficulty, and get to level 3. You don't have to complete level 3. Feel free to complete level 3 if you're really feeling it. But I just want you to reach level 3, as in complete 1 and 2. And so then snip the results using your snipping tool on your computer into this box down here so that I can see that you reached the level. And by doing this, this is really going to help you guys understand the story. And I really don't want it to go over your head because, like I said, I love this one. I love this author. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do. And we'll be reading that next class. Okay, that's today's work. So get this assignment done and you'll be ready to go to read that next story next time. See you guys.